Hello, this is Mrs. Mofflick to help you with the last part of the project for our e-learning. We're not going to do the entire project. We are just going to finish here. So this is project number 4, last part of your project. You don't have to do anything else. If you have done more already, please send me an email with that information. But this should take you no more than 30 minutes. Let me go through this part. Now, this is about the Google Sheets. But before we get into the Google Sheets, I want to review with you what you did in the GeoGebra part. You made a random point generator. And on that random point generator, I told you to just concentrate on shape 1 because we're doing e-learning. It's just there's too much to do, meaning we're not as efficient at home than we are in the classroom. So with the random point generator, if you just look at shape 1 and you just click on that, let's say 5 times, you go to your packet and you record how many times you have the points appear in your shape A, which in this case, all of us had shape 1, which is the circle. So I did 5 trials. The average was 14.4. Now that's just me. If you do like 100 trials, you will have a better experimental probability, meaning the more trials you do, you will have a more accurate representation of the actual theoretical probability. So the more experimental trials you do, your experimental probability, EP, will be almost exactly the same as your TP, theoretical probability. If you just do one experimental trial, it may not be a good representation. If you do 5, it's better. If you do 100, it's even the best, out of all those 3 options. So this is normally what you would fill out for the project. We're not going to do that. It's too much time involved. So you guys can just look at this. You don't have to submit this. So I got on average 14.4 for experimental probability for the circle. So if you look at your packet, all of us should have the same information for shape A. We chose 1 to be the circle. We measured the radius is 6.8 centimeters, and so our area formula is about, turns out to be about 145.3 squared centimeters. For theoretical probability, put that area divided by the area of the dartboard. All of you guys should have 1206.4 because you're taking 11 inches times 17 inches, convert each of those to centimeters. So you have 11 times 2.54 times 17 times 2.54 to get the 1206.4. So nevertheless, I get in a theoretical probability of 12.0%, meaning if you have your dartboard and you have your circle anywhere, it could be down here, it could be in the middle, it could be in the upper right, it doesn't matter where that circle is placed, the theoretical probability is 12.0%. When I did the experimental probability, on average for 5 trials, I got 14.4. That is fine. These two are not that close to each other because I only did 5 trials. And so if you take AP statistics class or statistics class, you'll find out that your experimental probability is more accurate the more trials you have. That's what I want you to get out of this part. Now let's get into the Google Sheets. So open up a new Google Sheets. And what you're going to do is follow along my steps on the helps packet. You are going to create a table like this. Please make sure that every other row is a different color. Other than if it's not a color that's different than your next line, we get confused when you're scrolling over. So I chose blue, then pink, then blue, then pink. Also, I want you to learn how to organize a cell sheet, meaning whether it's Google Sheets or some other sort of sheets. I want you, like Excel, you want to highlight your area. You're going to go over here for borders and click on all borders. It just makes it look better. You'll also want to organize the format. So in format, you can go to align, and I would highly encourage you to do center. You can do center and middle, but just make sure that it's organized well. I bolded the first row. I bolded the total sum. So just want to go through some organization. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not really looking at the math right now. I'm looking at the organization. Does it look good? Some of you are going to be taking or have taken like an office course or some sort of business class. Good job. If you cannot put it into your schedule, at least you've had an experience right now in this project of creating your own Google Sheet. And now I want to show you how to do the formulas. So here I'm just putting in, let's not do 7, let's put in what we had. We had what, 6.8. Do not put centimeters. Your calculations, they don't understand what that is. So under area, you are not putting in your number 145.2 or 0.3. You're going to put the formula. You have to start with an equal sign. So go to this cell, and then in the formula put equals, and then pi parentheses. That's just the symbol for pi, and then times C2 times C2. Now C2 is this number 6.8, which is in the C column and row 2. So you do column and row. So like here for my triangle, I'm not typing in 76.275. I'm typing in the formula. So put in equals 0.5 times base times height. The base is D3 and the height is E3. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. So if I change a number, like instead of the 6.8, I put in 10, the area changes and the total sum changes. I'm going to go back and put in my 6.8, but then note that my sum total is also a formula that is equal sum of the quantity K2 colon K7. Now you could put in K2 plus K3 plus K4 plus K5 plus K6 plus K7, but I would encourage you to use this notation of equal sum from K2 to K7 so that when you use a spreadsheet in the future and you are totaling a bunch of values, you are familiar with this notation. Anyways, that's the first sheet. Then I want you to label the bottom as your calculations or something like that. And then your second sheet in your Google Sheets, you should have 2 sheets, should be your answers to the 4 questions. Now, the 4th question I'm going to ask you to change for our e-learning. The question number 4, I want you to type in how are you doing, and then tell me how you're doing. Like, how are you doing emotionally? How are you doing physically? How are you doing? Do you like e-learning? Do you like this class? How is it going? How is this project? Tell me something like that. Now, in this, I want you to organize your questions. So bolden the questions and answers. So for instance, number 1, are the probabilities for theoretical and experimental the same? No. What changes could I make? I could have more experiments, and then the experimental probability will be closer to the theoretical probability. Number 2, what would happen to the theoretical probability if the 6 shapes remain the same size, but the size of the dartboard was increased? Well, let's take a look. If my dartboard is bigger, my circle hasn't changed, so the probability is going to be the area of the circle divided by a bigger area. So small divided by bigger is going to be a smaller. So I would say that it would be a smaller percentage. Number 3, would the theoretical probability change if the shape was moved? No, it would not. We talked about that before. If my circle is down here, or if it was in the middle or in the corners anywhere, the theoretical probability will always remain the same because it's always the area of that shape divided by the area of your rectangle or your dartboard. So those 2 values don't change depending on where you locate your circle. And then lastly is how are you doing? I am going to be grading this by your answers, but also by your organization. Does it look good? And so that is what I'm trying to teach you in this project, is more about the technology of some things like GeoGebra. Have you learned how to code? If you created your random point generator, then you have done coding and you can brag about that to your parents or even on your resume saying, I can code. And then the second thing is, I want you to know how to create a Google Sheets using calculations and formatting. For instance, number 14, I said, or row 14, I said, tip, enter new lines and cells by using control plus enter while editing the cell. So if I say, I love e-learning, but the technology is frustrating. I miss my students and they should email me when they have questions. And I don't want it to be that long. So after the should, I want to enter. But if you enter, it's going to be a problem. So enter, no, that's not what I want. So I want to wrap around the email. So here I'm now going to put control enter, and now it has created a new line, which looks so much better than having this go on and on and on to the right. So I want you to just get some experience of formatting a cell, like one of these Google Sheets. This is important stuff for you to know for your classes, as well as even for like a resume or for a business or some sort of job you might have or future education. So have a good time. If you have questions, let me know. Also, feel free to review and rewind this video. Hope you guys learned some good stuff from this, and have a good time.